Kliman is a professor of economics at Pace University and author of several publications on Marx and economics, including the book Reclaiming Marx's Capital, which defends the temporal single-system interpretation of Marx's labor theory against various claims of its inconsistency from neoclassical, neo-Ricardian and other economists. Kliman holds a B.A. from the University of Maryland and a Ph.D. in economics from the University of Utah. Reclaiming Marx's Capital. Writing in History of Political Economy, Professor Bill Lucarelli has argued that Reclaiming Marx's Capital stands like a beacon in recent academic controversies over Marx's theory of value. Essentially, the aim of this book is not so much about vindicating and canonizing Street Marx, but rather to debunk the myth of internal inconsistency. In so doing, Professor Kliman succeeds quite admirably. It is an indictment of the academic profession that the TSSI approach has been neglected for more than a quarter of a century. The spectre of Sraffa, it appears, still haunts the ivory towers of academia. Writing in Nova Economia, Professor Eduardo Maldonado Filho writes, the structure of the book, and the manner and accuracy with which the controversial arguments have been presented by the author, allow the interested reader, even one not versed in Marxist economics or mathematics, to understand the issues in the controversy and, not less important, to form his/her own opinion about the topics that have been debated. The effort of reading will lead to effective comprehension of why Marx's critics are wrong in their allegations. In my opinion, Kliman's book constitutes the most important contribution to political economy of the last 3 decades, and, as such, it is highly recommended for all those interested in Marx's work. Marxian School of Economics. Kliman has recently discussed what he calls the disintegration of the Marxian School of Economics. In this paper he also proposes measures to halt and reverse this process. The field needs to greatly reduce its dependence on the resources of academia. Intellectual autonomous zones need to be created. Cooperative behavior and attitudes, not uncooperative ones, need to be fostered and rewarded. Efforts to solve theoretical problems, not efforts to create and perpetuate them, should be fostered and rewarded. Run-of-the-mill anomalies such as the transformation problem should not be allowed to become sources of internal crisis. People outside the field need to appreciate how profoundly the myth of Marx's internal inconsistencies has damaged it. Since a false charge of inconsistency issued knowingly is the moral equivalent of defamation, it would not be unreasonable for the public to ask those who have perpetuated the myth of inconsistency to make restitution. Kliman's office at Pace University is in the historic Choate House. Work. Reclaiming Marx's Capital, a refutation of the myth of inconsistency. The failure of capitalist production. Underlying causes of the Great Recession.